actually made this into a model since we're so unfamiliar with this that it's hard to wrap your brain around it if you've never seen it. So I'll just hold it up to you so you can kind of become acquainted to it. So this is just bamboo, and this is pieces of string, like really solid string. It doesn't flex like elastics, and yet the whole thing is bouncy. Yeah? Now the funky thing about this is if you just look, the sticks aren't touching each other. So this is a bit weird, you know? They are suspended in thin air, they're not touching. Now, I haven't invented this. This was made by Buckminster Fuller and Kenneth Nelson. It's called tensegrity. In a few short indications. So we have sticks. Now, what a stick is actually is quite good at is withstanding a force. If I push the stick like this, the stick is excellent in withstanding that force. So this is a compressive force. And in this setup, the forces on the sticks are all like this. They pull the sticks together. So what the sticks do is they push the structure outside. So it's the sticks that give the structure the volume. What a string does is exactly the opposite. A string is very good when you pull it to withstand that force. It pulls back inside. So what the sticks do is they push the structure outside, and what the strings do is they pull the structure inside. And well, if you be clever, then it's possible to make structures like this. And I hope you kind of see that this is a different way of enveloping space than is our habitual way of building up, stacking, you know, putting a wall over here, stacking the ceiling on top of that, and putting walls on top of that. This is a very different way. This is more like an inflatable balloon. This is like the surface of a balloon. The tensions and the forces that are in this structure. Yep. Okay. Oh, I've got it here. So, to make it a little more, let's say that this is a wall. Wall over here. Wall over here. Easy, you know, I don't have to have heavy material. This is a wall. The way we build walls is upwards, so the walls have to be very solid and very strong, since the whole building is resting on it. With these kinds of structures, we have already reached the top points, and having reached those points, we can build downwards. So something that hangs down, when it is disturbed, it will just, you know, readjust itself, and it is perfectly happy like this. So if we build not from the ground upwards, but if we start at the top and build downwards like this, if the earth starts shaking, your house will just go and then you think, oh my god, this was another earthquake, and you put all your books back in the shelf, and then you just go to your work, since your house will not have collapsed, you know? Yeah, so that's the basic. I can, yeah, if you want to, I'll do that later. I'm not now. I'll make a floor in it, so you can see, you know, a floor and a ceiling, so you can kind of get a feeling that this could be a house. I'm not actually proposing to use this particular form as a house, because you can optimize in very many ways, but as an example for others works. Yeah. And I'm very excited about this, since I see, you know, a lot of disasters on TV, and it always makes me sad to see people rebuilding those places, you know, and carrying heavy logs and heavy stones, and I think, yeah, right, you know, I so hope you have a good home, and I really wish I gun it you, and yet, are you really, you know, how many earthquakes have been here in the last 30 years? You think this house is gonna last? No, of course not. Okay, so we have a different technology. Yeah. Now I have a few more minutes. I'll leave this here so you can look at it later today. Okay, so we have our paradigms, and here I have hopefully very briefly indicated one of our paradigms and a possible alternative, and sketched some of the positive effects of adopting another paradigm, although there's lots more to say about it. So, about technology, let's say I have a certain setup of paradigms, you know, which constitute my being and my mental makeup. I didn't invent all those paradigms myself, of course not. My mental makeup and who I think myself to be was shaped and structured by my environment, obviously, and it's the same as for all of us. Now, this environment that we grow up in is largely technological in character. So, for instance, I grew up in a world that was built architecturally, starting at ground level and working up. Now, the same paradigm can be incorporated in my own being, because my body is composed of bones and muscles, and actually the way biological bodies function is quite a bit like this. When you hold it rightly. It is speculation, but it is my sincere opinion that because of the way we shape our technology and our technological worlds, we shape our internal paradigms, and by that the way we as a culture function. Now, imagine that we have a paradigm that, for instance, associates power with explosions, which I think we do, and I have thoughts on that as well. Now, imagine what kind of psychology is invited by that paradigm, which associates power with explosions. Well, you can kind of feel into what kind of people that are made that way. And that is why I think if we want to change large parts of our culture and our mindsets in a glance, technology will be the most important